Alright, and these are the headers. I'm replacing it with the titanium coated, well, technically not titanium, it's a titanium ceramic. It's a titanium ceramic by JBA. Not too bad looking. It's got everything, seems to have everything it needs to. One thing I would highly suggest doing before you attempt to install them is to take the gasket off of the corresponding manifold and make sure that all your holes line up. If it will line up with the factory gasket when you just took off, then all the holes should line up whenever you go back on, when you try and put the headers on. Ask me how I know. I've had a set that was misdrilled, and I fought them for 3 hours before I thought to do this. This saves a lot of headache. Looks like everything lines up within reason, actually pretty good. And so now I guess we're gonna throw these things on. Installing the headers or bring them up to the heads, you're gonna want to go through the bottom. That's the only place you can really get some space. Just bring it in between. Right up there between the transmission and the drive shaft. It'll slide right on up and settle in. And then it's just a matter of, I put the bottom bolts in. They'll allow you to set and just kind of threaded them in about a quarter of the way. Allow you to set the bottom of the header on it. Kind of lean it out and you go slide the gasket in after that. Here you can see I got the header sitting on the bottom bolts right down there, and then that allows me to put the gasket in here to sit on those same bolts, and then here I will take and put the top bolt in here to suck it up in and hold everything in place. Then I'll finish tightening everything down. Book says 23, or the instructions say 23 foot-pounds, which I think is exactly what the factory and the manual says as well. The driver's side in. Whew. That was tough. So the bolts are 3/8" bolts. There's no way of being able to get these things torqued. You can't get a ratchet on most of these. I mean, maybe that one down there, one over there, you can get ratchets on, but you're not gonna be able to get anything but ratcheting wrenches. Forget that earlier again. Use ratcheting wrenches. Get some if you don't have them before you tackle this. And 1/4 inch. You're going to be using 1/4 inch. Is the only thing that's tight enough to get that one back there. You have to get it from the bottom and use 1/4 inch stuff to be able to get it, but you can get it. And it's the same with some of the other ones on the bottom. But yeah, it's tight. It's difficult, but it's on there. I think they're all tightened up. I'll probably go back over them each one again to verify its tightness, but yeah, I can't get 25 foot-pounds but out of that one and that one, or 23. I can tell from this header it's a lot more banged up. It doesn't physically fit here. I had to, sorry, I was supposed to take pictures when I first got done, but I had to bang on the collector and on the tube going to, what is it, the number, the second one from the front, the bottom collector, then clears the frame rail, just to get them to clear the frame rail. I also had to grind, can't really see down there, let me see if you can get some light on that, but there's a mount for the engine there that comes over the top and is welded in. I take some metal out of it as well because I didn't want to take, collapse my bottom tube and my collector all the way. I use a brass hammer because I don't want to get too aggressive with it, and it helps with keeping most of the coating on there. A metal hammer, from prior experience, will take and knock all the coating off. My brass hammer worked pretty good. Have to be real easy around, or like careful around when you're hitting where the welds are at. It's numb spot that it'll crack. Everything looks good so far. I used 2 brass hammers actually on that, so I'm not directly hitting the collector with my big hammer. So I had a 2.5 pound. I was sitting there with a 6 pound to get it to smush down. And it's just enough clearance right there all the way through. I'll show you down from the bottom what else I had to do. Alright, so here's big tubular one. I had a beat up on it for a while because I really wasn't wanting to grind out my frame well, or my mount here. But I got it a little massaged in, and then I took the grinder to the rest of the way. I'd take out probably, I think it's about ½ inch, but it was kind of a weird shape there. So really, I think I'd say maybe took a ½ inch of fusible material out and just banged up. This was done at the end of the first day. I was frustrated, wasn't thinking straight, and kind of banged up all this also from falling, so it doesn't look pretty anymore. But it's on there, it's not touching. And bolting on, oh, come on, focus. There we go. Yeah, there's no way of torquing these really. I was able to get one with a torque wrench on, and then I kind of judged it with my ratchet, my wrenches, to get an estimate. Pretty much it's about as tight as I can get it, one-handed, with either my ½ inch ratchet or the 3/8 longer, my longer 3/8 inch wrenches. That's kind of what I judged the torque on. It ain't perfect, but it's the only way to get it done. One suggestion, this particular bolt here, you're going to want to take and thread that one in first before you put the header on, or else you're not going to be able to get that thing to go in. It's a pain in the ass. Just get that one threaded in, then it'll slide on. You can't slide it onto these two from the top. I've tried, it just doesn't happen. And I also put the gasket in second after I get the header on this one. Just never be able to slide it through. Alright, another troublesome bolt is this one here. You can tell it's notched out, that the motor was out. They would actually put that bolt on first and slide the header in. You can't slide it really from the bottom. So what I did is I put the one on the bottom in, and then pulled it up as far as I can go and pull it out, and got the bolt slid in, put in. Then you're gonna have to just tighten it. I used a pair of vice grips to get it set, then just mess it around, and use an open end wrench on it. Everything else is pretty easy. Torque from the inside out. It's gonna leave a gap. That's because of the shape of the header at the face. It's got a little bit of a, it doesn't sit like a manifold. But yeah, that's the headers installed now next to the cats.